My eldest son, Bill. I lead my company, Panhandle Oil and Gas.
Currently worth $600 million.
However, Bill, since you had zero interest in my company while I was alive, I don't imagine that will change much after my death. Therefore, the board will maintain control.
Excuse me, but my client would like to explore all of his options.
Your client has no more options.
One of those instructions Mr. Hamilton skipped over is Red's desire that each of you vacate after receiving your portion of the estate.
What? William was coldly driven away by the lawyer. Andrew watched it all unfold, his heart filled with contempt. His father had been killed by this so-called grandfather standing before him. As everyone dispersed and Andrew got up to leave, the lawyer suddenly called him back, saying his grandfather had left behind a videotape for him. Andrew reluctantly sat back down. On the screen, grandfather Tony admitted that everything had been his fault and that Andrew was the one he felt most sorry for. To make up for this guilt, he hoped Andrew would go to North America, the land where Tony and Andrew's father Martin had once fought side by side. Tony had donated and built a library there. Andrew became the librarian, spending his days surrounded by books and gradually settling into the simple local life. He experienced a pure joy he hadn't felt in years. The children's eager eyes, hungry for knowledge, deeply moved him. He finally understood that for him, learning was just icing on the cake. But for these children, knowledge was their only hope of changing their destiny. Yet every night, Andrew felt restless and unhappy. This was the very place where his father had died, and he felt an instinctive rejection of this land. Until that day when the guide brought him to the wreckage of an airplane. His father William had died in this crash. Andrew's hands trembled as he touched the broken steering wheel, his sobs echoing across the wilderness. The guide slowly revealed the truth. William had grown tired of business back then and impulsively boarded that plane. Tony chose to hide this cruel truth to protect his reputation. Andrew was completely stunned. All these years, he had been wrongly blaming his grandfather. Lost in self-reproach, Andrew didn't notice danger creeping closer. A gang of bandits suddenly appeared, dragging him into a dark shack and planning to demand a huge ransom. Days passed. Andrew's beard grew longer and longer, but the bandits still hadn't received any ransom money. They blindfolded Andrew and dragged him outside. The sharp, piercing sound of bullets being loaded made Andrew shake violently. Suddenly, gunshots rang out.